What up? I'm back. I want to talk about some really cool things in the universe. I want to talk about remote brain. I want to talk about three-dimensional selections. And I want to talk about cravings like hunger and how all this stuff is already in reality. So if you select a restaurant and you're like, does this have something that my body's going to crave? A lot of times you can sense a lot of different things. Do I want to support this restaurant? Is this restaurant feeding my alignments? Things like that. Is it doing good for the creation of all? And a lot of times we process like infinite amount of data way before we even can understand it. It's called feelings. I had negative feelings that I could not figure out why they were negative feelings. They were just kind of chilling there. And it took a very powerful God-like entity to enter my space to teach me that my feelings are super advanced prediction algorithms, actually. And so when you select things like your negative feelings, they mean something always. They always mean a lot of things, actually. So, three-dimensional mind selection decryption. Decryption means figure it out. Meaning select something and then figure out why you're selecting it. Same thing as like idea selection, ideaplex selections. When you select these things, they have infinite, finite meaning. Meaning you can keep adding more and more and more meaning infinitely from different directions, but they have finite meaning at the same time. In the moment, they have finite meaning. Figuring out everything up to that moment of selection is the finite meaning part. Infinite is creating on top of that alternate solutions or gear-ins or interpretations, things like that. So, cravings, hunger cravings. I work at a really spiritually advanced place, and one of the chefs there, the chefs there are called alchemists, and they're alchemists because of other reasons than you think. One of them there can select my body, and because my whole body, he'll select my body with his mind. I'll know it. He'll be looking for data. I'll consent to him nutritional data, and he will literally make me a meal based off of that. And it's always right. He always gets it right. He's so good at craving empathy. He can feel my emotions and feel my like solutions, and he can just like make me a meal. It's the craziest thing, and I know it's true because I instantly saw the science, all of it add up, and I was like, "Yep, this is something that's real. I can do this for others, like cooking for your loved one. Like sometimes you don't even need to say anything for them to know what they're gonna want. If you're that strong of an empath, empath meaning caring about another person's emotions or future timelines, things like that." Decryption. Decryption is an infinite thing too. If you have a file size that's as big as a thought can be as big as the universe. Decrypting that can come in infinite many ways. Same thing as encryption. Encryption keys can go so high that you can say the whole universe equals this binary digit called 1 relative to this encryption key. That's the universe. The universe is the encryption key relative in that sense, right? The whole entire universe as one piece of data equals 1. That kind of logic scales infinite many parallels as well. Meaning you can take the whole universe as data, select it in your mind, and create it as 1 infinite many ways. Because you can change the way that if you're translating everything into binary, meaning you take a picture, it translates it into binary. That is a binary photon translation machine. That's exactly what it is. It's the wildest thing that these logics escape us. We're using all this technology, and we are actually photon translation machines, too, as well. Our bodies, our minds, and our eyes. We forget the logic sometimes that we're looking at things in 2D plus time. You freeze time, and you have a picture. So when you're selecting things three-dimensionally, you're selecting them with your mind, not with your eyes. Unless you count your third eye. Yesterday I tried to film this exact same video, and it went out after 1 minute. So that's why I'm doing it again. I wanted to talk about particle alignment, RNA, DNA, decryption, stuff like that. Like if you have a cancerous cell and you select it in your mind, you might enhance the pain because you're searching for that region. Things like that work with counter feelings. If you find pain, that's because you have negative momentary and future timelines, and you have something to do. You can channel love into it, high vibrational frequencies. There's Chinese medicine man shaman on the internet. You can see cancer being healed from ultrasound live. The guy is putting in what I believe is love, timeline alteration magic. He's basically sending waves from his hand, and it's causing scalar changes in the DNA RNA particle alignment, and it's a really big thing in today's world, because this is already on YouTube. It's already open source. It's already coming out, but a lot of people don't know about it. And I think about it all the time. I think about this stuff all the time, and it's super important to be thinking about, to be spreading and sharing with different people, because if your body starts getting taken over by foreign biological entities like corona, cancer, or flu, or pretty much any conglomeration of bloodborne pathogen that's going to be releasing neurotoxins, you will be in a world of pain extremely fast, and the easiest counter is higher vibrational frequencies. Higher vibrational frequencies will align those particles with your future potential timeline, your blueprint that you desire, if you're desiring goodness upon your body in the first place. If you wanted to do the opposite, imagine going full cancer, full negative vibrations, relative perceived to me at least. It could be full positive to them. You could end up on the other side looking like a demon bat. You never know, from hell. Like full cancer, that could be what you want. But we're here in human realm, and that's non-probable. Unless you came to human realm with a demon consciousness, or daemon consciousness, because I like to call daemons conscious evildoers. Demons are conscious evildoer NPCs that you summon with your mind, or someone else summons with their mind, in order to play the universe as a video game without doing evil upon others that are conscious beings that are going to have memories and feelings and emotions that would otherwise disentangle your future because you're doing evils instead of goods. Imagine trying to have fun some weird, messed up way with real beings. That's psychopathic shit. You gotta watch out for that, because that shit will send you into the wrong places at the wrong times. Another thing is the mind selection part. Remove three-dimensional mind selection decryption. Mind selection decryption. Go straight to that. Start to think in future timelines, and instead of focusing on the future a bad thing, start trying to manifest your moment a better thing. If you're always in the moment, you can be thinking about your future manifests, because that is still in the moment. And same thing as the past, it is in the moment. What they say is pay attention to your moment, meaning have the best possible moment. Meaning you can reflect on your past, that is not changing from the moment unless you are delving into it a bad thing. Like lust. Lust is not what you think it is. Lust is too much of a bad thing. Meaning you're going to have sex every single day with the same woman every single day, and you are not lusting. Same thing with the woman to the man. It's not lust. It is only lust when it is a negative thing. Negative things only come from consent breaking. Consent breaking, or meaning like you break your own consent or another's consent, that is when negative things start to happen. So greed and lust are entangled with each other in meaning, very much so, and you kind of gotta balance the consent game with yourself and your future timelines, your future self. If you're going to break your future self's consent in the moment, then that's because you're spawning negative moments into your body, into your mind, and then that's going to cause negative futures. Negative futures are where you're going to break your own consent. Now, when another person does that, though, that is their job. They are the ones breaking your consent, and they are the ones that are the sinners. Sinning is very simple. Did you try to break somebody's consent? Even if you didn't, you can be a sinner. Because if you ignorantly break somebody's consent, you are an ignorant sinner. That's very simple logic. I don't really prescribe to the here's the list of sins, and if I can do everything I want except these list of sins. That's not how it works. It's an infinite topic. Infinite things can be intentionally breaking a conscious being's consent. Infinite things. So you have to have empathy in order to care about another person and being, in order to stop yourself from becoming a sinner. A sinner will send you into a spiral. Spirals meaning going down, in a word, ring of fire. You don't want that. You don't want to be sent to hell. You don't want none of that. Root consciousness is a real thing. They will hack you out. They will put you in hell. Like, they do not care. That is how that goes. Quick, easy, simple. And you might just come back instantly and be like, I just went to a precomputed hell bubble. I have heard of those. I've heard of people in spiritual space having that as a punishment. And it's not fun. So another thing, this is probably the most advanced key to heaven right here, is your mind is a clarity machine. It will either curse your clarity, meaning you will break your consent if you did not want to curse your clarity. Clarity is your decryption speed. Basically, you have upload and download, meaning encryption and decryption, mind speed. I'm pointing my mind facetiously right now because remote brain, we all are using RAID 1.0 format. There is no way in hell anyone's going to let you have just one root consciousness. You're going to have infinite root consciousness locations that are just backup redundancies that are just going to be chilling in the universe, in source. You're going to have the one in source, and then you're going to have virtualized backups all over the place. Like, nobody's stupid. Root consciousness is a thing because biology is technology. How do we create cures for biology? Because we study biology. You study biology so much, you become 100% aware of universe and biology. Biology is now technology. The universe is now technology. So, what I want to talk about is cursing your own clarity. Cursing your own clarity is as simple as sinning. Sinning meaning breaking consent of others. And intentionally doing it will multiply and amplify that because you're going to be seeking to do harm to others. You are an other. There will be a day where the holiest, brain keepers come out and start turning the gears. This guy's a bad doer. This guy's a bad doer. Curse his clarity down. Throw him into the hells because he don't deserve his powers anymore. He is now wrong. He is now wrongness, a fallible thing. Wrong is a multifaceted word. And fallible is connected with that as well. Fallible means lack of magic. Lack of magic means you don't have ability to control yourself anymore. Somebody else is going to control you. So instead of trying to manifest things, you're going to get magicked. You're going to have manifests upon you. It is a very simple thing. It is either be a member of the raped and rape, or be a member of consent and manifest. It's very simple logic. Nobody escapes these boundaries. Everybody is the same. We are all one under these rules in the universe. And it's not new. These logics are ingrained in our soul. We know it. We're like, ooh, I'm gonna do some evil stuff, and then you get all these weird things, and you're like, oh shit, I got fucked up. But I want to go back to clarity. I truly believe that clarity is one of the most important topics to talk about. Is remote brain clarity. The more good you do, the more clarity you will have. There's infinite brain phenotypes to be created. There's infinite ideaplex gears and lowest factorial gears and telepathy zones and places to be in the universe that could be worse or better, infinitely so. But there is my keys to heaven, right there. The universe is what you believe, not the universe is what you believe. That is very, very important. Everything is not, everything is both, everything is neither. All at the same time is more true than any of the one. What is more true matters the most. And the universe is what you believe. Everything is and everything is not. For finite and infinite reasons, the universe is what you believe. But for finite and infinite reasons, the universe is not what you believe. So, you need to find out the reasons why it is and the reasons why it is not, and come to the full understanding that the universe is what you believe. The most true thing. And when you get to that, you will find yourself even closer to heaven on Mother Earth, heaven in the Innerverse. These are super deep philosophical keys. I hope you guys get to use them. So what I want to talk about is the two universes what you believes. The two infinities contained. This is very important. Containing infinities. X. There's an infinity. X equals question mark. That's an algorithmic infinity right there. I just said pretty much anything. X can equal anything. Question mark. The universe is what you believe. There's two different ways on that. Is use that to dispel your moments of negativity. Meaning, if you start believing in negativity, you might manifest negativity. So silence, you can pick up any idea, you can set down any idea as fast as you want. That's a muscle. Some people linger in ideas and they'll stare at darkness for so long and they'll just find themselves drifting off into darkness. That's the universe is what you believe, a bad thing for you. If you set that idea down instantly and go towards more, positive idea radiuses, you will find yourself in heaven a lot more often, heaven on the inside kind of thing. Then there is the universe is what you believe, a egotistical thing or a magical thing, a super high level of heaven. Lucid dreaming is this. You go into a realm all by yourself, you have lucid dream. Shout out wildway.com one time. Lucid dreaming is the universe is what you believe. A direct, momentary, magical thing where you're like, you can do anything you want. Summon fire, you can do anything you want. As soon as you become lucidly aware, everything is in your power. All magics are unlocked. I've terraformed, I've levitated, I've teleported, I've flown at 90 miles an hour. I've put oceans, endless oceans, and I started flying upside down, 90 miles an hour, skizzing the water. And as soon as I got bored, I closed my eyes and teleport home and go and meet wild, crazy entities that want to fight me. Like lucid dreaming connects with lucid dreaming kind of thing, where it's like, hey, I'm kind of bored here. Let's go find another lucid dreaming conscious entity and see if these two realms are so similar. So let's see if they can play together, see how that interacts, and then scale that up even more and more and more and more and more. And then you kind of got like some universe infrastructure designs there coming in as well. And there's infinite potential in that kind of realm. Then there is also the universe is what you believe. A third thing, meaning you can constantly keep learning the truths of the universe until one day the universe is what you believe. Meaning like you entered a universe that you did not know, off faith alone of another entity, another creator, and you learn it and 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 learn it. Bam, the universe is now what you believe because you know every single thing. Imagine this. The universe is a creation. God is just a conscious being. He was so old and so wise. He came into a lucid dream kind of state with his mind, a nothingness place, and went, created the universe. He was that wise, that powerful, that knowledgeable. He knew all of the sciences and all of the lowest factorial blocks. Imagine this. When you burn a piece of matter, it photonizes and waveonizes. There's so many different waves, and it combusts into different kind of things. It alchemizes into different things. It's combining with the nitrous, oxygen, argon, all this mixed in the air and creating different kind of gas mixtures. So it's alchemizing into all these other lower factorial ingredients. All kinds of different things. The photons are a part of the ingredients. So it's made of light. It's made of waves. It's made of different kind of particle alignments. But that's just the alchemization. It's just transmuting into an encryption algorithm, basically. And when you decrypt the encryption algorithm of the ingredients of the universe fully, you could start resimulation. And that comes with three-dimensional recording. If you can record the universe at a quantum level, you can start recording waves. You can start recording. You have to record every little piece. You need every single person, kind of like Google in a way. You need an AI that's as smart as all the data Google is bringing in. And then you need a filtration system. You need to know what's true and what's not true 100% of the time. So you got to be able to scout what you want eventually too. Now we're getting into precomputed time bubbles. Because when you start getting in every single lowest factorial block, if you have every single Lego piece, it's very easy for a prediction algorithm to go, beep, these are all permutations of every single build of all these Lego pieces. That scales into lowest factorial block of the universe with waves and photons and particle alignments, particle types, particle conglomerations. All of these things matter because if you don't know the particle types, then you can't successfully host the universe because randomness can occur. And if randomness is occurring, then you're not actually rehosting the universe from interconstructual. So you need everything. The other thing is gear ups and the lowest factorial block defining. How do you make a video game? You make a video game with binaries and you start defining factorial blocks and things and gears and piecing it all together, and then you put a relative perceive, and then bam, you're out here changing the one gear or changing the gears or changing the gear, and then those gears are going to extrapolate up into the finite, and that is a play on science. The infinite is magic. The infinite is you can always create more lower factorial gears or parallel factorial gears. So instead of a quantum bit, you can have bosons. But let's just fucking take bosons right out of the equation. Now we have a boson-less universe. Antimatter, why have that shit? Throw it out. You know, we got resimulation, particle manifestation. We don't need antimatter. The hell? Antimatter is a play on, like, we can create matter, but then we have to create antimatter. And then when they come together, they disappear both at the same time. So you have to, like, separate and hold the antimatter away somehow within infinite particle manipulation, and then you can summon matter. But that's not even real either. Like, when you have upper dimensional auths, you can just summon anything you want. As long as you have the lowest factorial gear formulas, meaning you are upper dimensional, having all extrapolated alchemized ingredients, you go summon these ingredients. And if you have all the right waves and photons and particle ingredients, you could literally start partically manifesting. And I've done this in Lucid Dream already, where I was just, that was the magic. I just built my body from head to toe and went, I started building the universe around me. When I turned on the light would go like this instead of bam, lights are on. Because the light is supposed to go whole room illuminated. But in Lucid Dream, it can be different. It can be anything you want. It's about your beliefs, really. And when I turned that light on, it started to build light in the whole room. All right. I think that wraps it up. Because I'm starting to get off topic and I'm going into more of my other video topics. Three-dimensional mind selection, decryption. Another one is do not fear your root consciousness, because your root consciousness location, because root consciousness is consent. You're going to be always hosted in RAID 1.0 format. Your root consciousness is going to be in infinite many places at once. It's more about your consent. So if you find yourself being in a bad place that you do not consent to be, snap those universes away from your root consciousness. Say, my root consciousness does not glue into these gears, and go back to your realm, because you're going to superposition remote control into everybody else's realm. It's about where your feelings lie. Whether or not those blue codes, whatever, you know, if somebody wants to go and scale our poison, rape everybody on their planet, let them do it. Don't fall victim to believing in that and going down those timelines. If somebody wants to go and hit that nuke button, put them over in that nuke button and stay here where you want to be. But that's my best tip of advice. Have a good day. Peace. I'm out. I'm gonna stream Arch Hero. A little bit. Hey, Charlie, you want to say hi?
Hey, how's it going?
That's Charlie. He is what was it? Hostile_takeover on Twitch.
Of the path.
Of the Path?
Of the path.
That's your new name now?
Yeah.
All one word?
Yeah.
Or thewildway.com.
Right.
All right. I'm out. Peace.